Hi, everybody. It's Barry Gruber, author of Dancing with the Devil. This the Torah is about Maseh. It's about the trips and travels of the Jewish people as they were coming through the Jordan, because they were commanded to go into the land of the Canaanites and destroy all the idols there. For when Hashem revealed himself to the Jewish people, he said one of the things he wanted them to keep is this concept of one God. And what they were doing parallels actually 7 levels of sanctification of God's name that we learn from the Torah. In other words, the 7 levels of holiness of Hashem's being in essence. He wants to import it on the Jewish people. That's why he wants the Jewish people to be a light upon the nations. So you have on the one side Kedusha, which is elevating the soul, and you have the other side Tuma, which is it's imperfection of what Hashem really wants man to achieve. The Torah was given to the Jewish people and to the 70 nations, as I wrote in my book. So here we have today a very happy holiday. It's Shabbos and it's Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is the first of the month, and this is a certain kadosh. It's a certain special time where we are happy because each month is like a renewal, like each Shabbos is a renewal. The Creator gives us all these opportunities to renew ourselves, to try to find His way in seeking a life of Torah and mitzvahs. This is the life of Kedusha. We have the Torah, the people in the land, they're all holy. So here we have this situation here where the Jewish people are now have to go to war. And we learned last week that they went to war with the Neshik and the Neshika. The Neshik was they were ready to go to battle, but the Neshika, which is the kiss, and the Neshik is the weapon. The neighboring countries brought the weapons, the beautiful woman, and it distracted them from the goal. So the idea in this travels of this week's Torah portion is that Hashem is telling us to understand our purpose. And even though it appears like we're wandering in the desert and we're going from one stop here and then we're stopping this and this, there's all a long-term goal. There's a projection here. The idea was for the Jewish people to leave Sinai, go to the desert, and then go into the land and conquer the Canaanite nation and become a holy nation where God would actually dwell with the people. So when we had the sacrifices, they were in the Temple Mount. They were in Jerusalem. And the temples were built 2,000 years ago and 2,500 years ago. 2,000 years ago, it was Sinat Chinam, which is the people had hatred that wasn't justified. It's senseless, baseless hatred. And even though may have been learned, they didn't respect one another in a proper way. So God said, okay, you go into the land, my people, you emulate me and my laws. But if you don't act properly with yourselves, you're not going to merit to be in the land. So in other words, the land was conditional that the people try to understand the laws and implement the laws. For example, there's laws of murder, but sometimes you might, in the Mishnah says, you're cutting an axe and the axe goes off, the handle goes off the axe. That's an unintentional murder. So there are sacrifices for this thing, and then there's a place where they can actually go called the Ir Miklacha, where they could escape the revenge of another person. God created all these things in the Torah, laws that we understand, laws that we don't fully understand. But He expects us, even if we don't understand them, to attempt them and to try to build our lives, to create within borders. Within the physical world, the borders of Israel is defined in this week's parsha, and it's split up between the various tribes. So we have to try to tap into the energy of the day, which is Rosh Chodesh, which is a new month, and Shabbos, which is starting in about 18 minutes, but I'm just trying to get this video out. So the thing is, we have the 9 days, which is also the rabbi's decree that this is a serious time where we have to reflect upon ourselves, because it was on Tisha B'Av. Today's the 1st of Av, Rosh Chodesh. On Tisha B'Av, which is the 9th of Av, both temples were destroyed on the exact same day. And this was the exact same day that the spies, when they went to go pursue the land and conquer the land, the first time they were rejected because they were punished. And that punishment happened on Tisha B'Av, on the 9th of Av, which we fast, we don't eat, we don't drink, we remember what it was like to have the presence of Hashem in the land with the people. So right now there's 50% of the people in the land right now, and still 50% of the other Jews scattered all over the nation. So if we do the Torah and the mitzvahs properly, then we can merit to build the land again and to come closer to Hashem, that we can expect good things to happen in this time instead of bad time and bad things. In other words, on Tisha B'Av, it was mourning the temple, but in the coming days where the future redemption will come, this day will be a happy day. So I wish everybody a good Shabbos, and see you next week.